Our third and final speaker is Anastasia Sakairoun. Each year, we recognize a graduating student whose law school career has exemplified our law school mission with Dean's Learn Law, Live Justice Award. The award is given to a graduating student who's not only been academically successful, but also has learned what it means to live justice. Each year, I ask our faculty and staff to give me nominations, and many of you out there were nominated this year, so this was not an easy decision. But when you hear what Anna's done, and some of us call Anna, you'll understand why. Anastasia has volunteered with the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association 3Rs program. She's extern for the Ohio Supreme Court's Dispute and Resolution section. She served as the Regional Director of Community Service for the Midwest section of the National Black Law Students Association. She served as judicial extern for federal judge Philip Calabrese. She promoted civic education with all voting is local and was sworn in as a commissioner for the city of Cleveland for their Commission for Black Women and Girls. You understand now why she got the award. Anastasia Sakairoun.
Good afternoon, CSU Law, family, friends, and saints. I stand before you today in deep gratitude to all those who came before me and made it possible for me to be here today. These past 3 years have been immensely transformative, enlightening, and rewarding. I want to start off by thanking CSU Law and Dean Fisher for honoring me with this distinction, as well as Dean Besnaska and Dean DeSantis for nominating me for this award. At the age of 14, I knew I wanted to become an attorney. Growing up on the east side of Cleveland, in the neighborhoods of Glenville and Collinwood, I was no stranger to economic and social disparities that keep marginalized communities from moving toward equity and opportunity. Fortunately, I attended St. Martin de Porres High School, where it was instilled in me that in order to transform my circumstances and my community, I would have to prioritize studying, working, serving, leading, and praying. There was not a day that went by where I was not reminded that as long as I went with God, He would go with me. I know that God led me to law school because law is the most impactful way to make long-term systemic changes. There was no way I could have known that many of the structures, systems that we are accustomed to would be tested, shaken, and overturned. From the fall of 2021, when my peers and I started this journey until today, we have seen extreme shifts in the legal landscape in our society that would leave many of us to wonder whether we have begun a second civil rights era. It is hard not to see how powerful the law is when we have witnessed 50 years of civil rights legal precedent, such as Roe v. Wade and affirmative action, overturned during our time as law students. However, I did not know how one could remain still with so many of our rights being taken away right before our eyes, threatening to rob us of many of the freedoms that those who have came before us fought so hard to protect. I strategically used my time while not in class or studying to remain active in my community through promoting voter turnout, civic education, supporting my local councilwoman by serving alongside her in Ward 12, and serving as regional director for community service for the Midwest Black Law Student Association. However, none of this would be possible without my village and my support system. I would be remiss if I did not shout out my mother, who made many sacrifices so that I could remain in school as a full-time student. My Auntie Gail, who always instilled in me from the time I was a little girl the importance of reading, writing, taking diligent care with my work, taking accountability for my shortcomings, to reflect, try again, and do better. And to my cousin Emily, who always made sure I prioritized my mental health in order to have the wherewithal to withstand. I could also not go without shouting out my new family, the Black Caucus, also known as Ashley Rice, Athena Williams, David Giddens, and Danielle Antwi. I am blessed to have found a group of peers that were committed to keeping each other encouraged and refusing to leave each other behind. To the class of 2024, I am so proud to be earning this degree alongside each and every one of you. We are a group of highly ambitious, dynamic, and insightful and competitive individuals who have shown our commitment to bettering our communities. My illustrious peers have shown immense dedication to the CSU law community through leadership roles on journals, law reviews, SBA, and countless other student orgs. We are a hardworking and dedicated group of students. When we all become attorneys, people will look to us for leadership and guidance because that is what we have been trained to do. Please remember to always think of the least of these when you are serving. Move with forthright intention, honesty, and do not be a bystander to injustices you may witness. A law degree gives us an inherent sense of credibility to the non-legal community, whether we like it or not. With that inherent privilege of this degree comes the responsibility to move with integrity and truth. Thank you.
Let's have another round of applause for Jalila, Ernie, and Anastasia. Now, just before I introduce this year's commencement speaker, I want to